Okay, so the baby is eating lunch. Yeah, she's in there being good. She's watching Peppa Pig. I thought I'd take this opportunity to make a video, and since we have a bowl of fruit here, and these bananas are looking a little on the riper side, I'm just gonna make a batch of banana bread. Stay tuned. I'm gonna bake something tasty. Gonna be crazy. Here we have 3/4 cup of canola oil, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then I usually add about a teaspoon of cinnamon and just a little bit of nutmeg. Then we have 2 eggs. Should be room temperature, my friends. And then on the end here we have our sugar. You can use a full 3/4 cup of white sugar, and that will give you a sweeter banana bread. I choose to use 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar and 1/4 cup of brown sugar, just to give it a little bit more of a deeper, richer flavor. Here we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I like to use just a little bit of banana and cream. It's a flavoring. You can get that at any market, any Amish store. You may very well be able to get it at Walmart. I honestly don't really look there for stuff like this, but it's just going to give you a much more fragrant bread. It's going to help that banana flavor be a little more pronounced. If your child, like my daughter, loves her bananas, this is going to help out a lot. So I just put a little, just a pinch of that in with the vanilla extract, and I throw that in when I'm going to mash these bananas to give it just a little bit of moisture to help with that, to mix up those bananas, and it's going to smell really good. So hold on here and I'll show you that. So this is 3, I would say, medium-sized bananas. You're going to use either 3 medium-sized bananas or 2 larger bananas. You want those skins on those bananas to be, if not very brown, then near black, or very spotted. Your bananas are going to come on a scale in terms of ripeness, but also in terms of flavor. So your bananas at the lower end of the scale, fairly green bananas, or bananas that aren't quite ripe yet, are going to have far less flavor, as you've seen if you've ever had an unripe banana. Not a lot of flavor, not a lot of banana flavor, but also nutrients. Lower on the nutrient scale, lower on the potassium scale, lower in the sugars. The more you move up, the darker your banana gets, the more rich in flavor it's going to become, the sweeter, the softer it's going to get. And so when you're making something like banana bread, or you're going to use those bananas in baking, those bananas at the end of the scale, the ones that you would look at and say, I'm going to throw those away because they're dark and they're brown, and you think maybe they're turning. Actually, those are perfect. Okay, so if you see right here, you've got some fairly ripe bananas. Okay, little mushy, perfect for banana bread. They're going to be very flavorful, very sweet. Now, I do this with a fork. I think it's the easiest way to do it. I throw in that vanilla and put in a little bit of that flavoring. Just a dash. I mean, honestly, a pinch of this goes a long way. You're going to smell it immediately, right out of the gate, and just just take that fork and mash. You're just going to try to get as few chunks as possible. You want this to be smooth. What it's going to do is act as a binding agent in your bread. It's going to help solidify your bread, but it's also going to add a lot of moisture and a lot of nutrients. So the reason, you can use any kind of oil you want, really, in this bread. I use canola oil, again, because I said my daughter is vegetarian, and canola oil has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. On top of this banana bread, near the end, I'm going to show you, we're going to get some chopped walnuts. If you chop those up to, I'll show you that, a little fine consistency, you'll have finer walnuts and larger pieces of walnuts. The finer nuts I usually put in the bread itself, just to give a little bit of extra omega-3s. And then, of course, on top, you're going to get a nice golden, crispy top for this bread. The walnuts are going to release their oils, and it's just going to be nice and kind of, I don't know if when you've had that, you get something like a bread or a cake and you put it in the fridge, and then the next day it's got that, like, that top, you know, where it's soft and packed with flavor, and it's just the best part, you know, and it's, I don't know, it's that putting it in the fridge, letting it get like a layer, I guess, on top, letting it get solidified, letting it set. I don't know what does it, but this bread, along with any cake you're going to make, put it in the fridge for a little bit, have it in the morning. Man, my daughter loves it for breakfast with her bottle or with some milk, you know, so that's always an option. But I've blended this up pretty well. See, you just use the back of your fork and have at it. Smells good. Smells banana-y. Smells a little bit like vanilla. That's exactly what you want. This is what I like to call a an all-in-one kind of a recipe where you're just gonna put everything into the bowl at the same time. So you're gonna mix in the oil, the eggs, everything wet into one bowl, the sugar, the flour, the baking soda, all your dry ingredients in the other bowl. And then you're going to mix those together to form a batter. It's as simple as it can be. This takes roughly 15 minutes to set all this up, to get this all together, and about half an hour in the oven. And I'm going to be right back and show you what we got. So that's going to go into the oven for 40 to 45 minutes at 350. Okay, what's up? What? You want? Is it what you want?
The bottle.
Bottle. Okay. I was going to tell you that this bread is very fragrant. You know, it's the banana and the vanilla. It's immediate. It's an immediate punch. You know, this has been in the oven for about 5 minutes. Here she is. She was in the. I'm getting it. She was in the living room watching Peppa Pig. She smelled the awesome, and she came a-running. She did have ulterior motives, obviously, because she wanted her bottle. It's not me. That milk is nummy. Or are you talking about the bread? You smell it? It smell good? She wanted milk, so there you go. Yeah, that's your bottle. Go drink that. You watch Peppa. She's watching Peppa Pig, and so yeah. Anyway, 350, about 40-45 minutes, depending on how hot your oven runs. Mine's about 40. At 40, I'll check it. Just take it out of the oven. Get a toothpick into the center. If that toothpick comes out clean, then your baked good is ready to go. A little crumbs is fine. That's just going to tell you that it's a little moist in there, which is fine. It's a moist cake. What I sometimes do, especially when I want to make it a little more healthier for the baby, I will take the 3/4 cup of oil, and I will use a half cup of oil and a half cup of applesauce, which is usually about the size of an applesauce container, a to-go container, little cups. They were about a half cup, roughly, if you were to pour them out. I use that instead of the 3/4 cup of oil. That replaces some of the oil with applesauce, and it makes it a little more healthier. It'll give you a denser cake, denser bread, maybe a little easier to cut, and I cut up things for my daughter into cubes, usually bite-sized bits. Easier for that because it's less crumbly. However, the 3/4 cup of oil is going to give you not a crumbly bread, but a very moist bread. And just personally, myself, my wife, I like the moist bread better than the little denser the applesauce. Don't know if we have applesauce at the moment. We should. I think we do. It's funny. I forgot two things. One was to start the camera when I was when this thought came to my head. I stood here and I rambled at the camera until it went dark, and I'm like, why is that happening? Well, I didn't even push the button. I let it go, and I was just like, well, I'll have to just say all that over again. What I was going to say is that in the beginning, I lay out everything into little bowls. That way, it's just one of the first things you learn when you're in baking school, and it's just you won't forget. You won't forget an ingredient if they're all laid out in front of you. It's just basic prep. And I did all that. And then what did I do? I mixed it all up and I put it into the pan, and I was like, well, where are the walnuts? And we don't have any. Okay, so if you so choose, you could throw walnuts into this bread, you could throw raisins into this bread, any kind of mixed fruit, whatever you want to do. I wouldn't go crazy with it because you're going to take away some of the moisture by adding those things in, but we have no walnuts. But walnuts are just one of those things that contain omega-3 fatty acids, so if your family is also vegetarian, use walnuts. So you're probably wondering why did I put eggs into the bread? If we're vegetarian, we do eat eggs. I especially use them in baking. With eggs being, I guess, expensive, with things going on the way they are right now, bird flu and everything, and eggs being a little expensive, you can use flaxseed. That's fine. This uses 2 eggs. For every egg used, if you want to use flaxseed, it's 1 tablespoon of flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of water. Put that into a bowl and stir that up, and it'll become, after about 15 minutes, you'll see it's got like a thick, viscous, kind of a soupy consistency. And that's what you want. Eggs don't add any lift to your bread. You're going to get that through the leavening agents. The eggs are a binding agent. Which, in all honesty, the bananas, 3 bananas in there, the way they are, is probably going to bind the bread enough. But the eggs do help keep that bread together. So if you are inclined to use flaxseed, 1 tablespoon flaxseed, 3 tablespoons water, mix it up, and that's per egg. So you do that twice for 2 eggs. And again, you'll see that it will take away a bit of the texture from the bread, but it will not remove anything in terms of flavor. It will not add anything in terms of flavor. It's just it's a healthy alternative to eggs, especially now when they're so not hard to come by, but they're getting expensive. And look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat any of this. It's getting crazy out there. The government. That's not what we're here for. We're here right now to bake banana bread for a baby who is in there, hopefully drinking her bottle. She's having a problem drinking her bottle. She doesn't want to do it. I don't know why. Is it the bottle itself? Is it the milk? I have no idea. But anyway, we're here for that. Baked goods, friends. It's fragrant, wondrous baked goods. So it's good. Let's give this some time to bake. We've got about half an hour here. My wife will be home soon. Let's let this bake, and we'll see what we got at the end. All right? We'll be right back. Okay. Okay. See, this is 40 minutes. Back up.
Okay.
see that, but it's just a little moist there on the top. All right, so this is 50 minutes in the oven. You can see that all this area in here that was kind of wet, a little moisture, because we have 3 bananas in there and 3/4 cup of oil, so going to be a moist bread. But all that area is kind of more golden now. Put a toothpick in here into the center, roughly the center of the bread. You'll see that that is fairly clean. So 50 minutes at 350, your bread is done. So I just wanted to finish this video by enjoying the banana bread. You know, I haven't watched Great British Baking Show in a while, so I don't remember what Paul says when he, you press into, a bread, and it's just moist enough, just just springy, and just, that's what you're looking for right there. See that? There you go. It's fragrant. The top. I was eating and doing the video. For those of you out there who hate mouth sounds, sorry, I apologize for that. But you get this, it's kind of a glazed over, crusty top here. You get when you put something like this in the fridge. Oddly, my favorite part of cake, any cake really, is when you serve the cake, but then on the plate, especially if it's been in the fridge, or even if not, on the plate, that bottom crust, I guess you would call it, that you just scrape it off there. My favorite part of the cake, I don't know why, I love that. I love it so much. I'm a librarian. It's my job. The library does a lot more than just a guy at a desk checking out books. It's we handle everything. We have any kind of media you can ask for. We have a library of things. We check out CD players, crock pots, carpet shampooers. Wi-Fi hotspots are a big thing. Games, graphic novels. Library has everything. But more than that, we're like the last place where the homeless can go, and so they wait. We have a public toilet, so they wait. They wait until we open, and then that toilet is essentially on. That there's a fan in there, and it's from open to close. It's somewhere in there. They come in, they have big bags of stuff, and we accommodate. We try to accommodate. I've never worked with anyone who isn't trying to do good. At the library. I've never worked with anyone there who's in it for money. We don't make any money. We make money. We get paid, but any librarian will tell you we make nothing. So we're there because we want to do good. We want to help people. We want to give information. We want to be there. I'm not going to get into all the politics of it, but we're the last vanguard. If we're the ones who stand up to people who want to ban books because they don't like what they have to say. I mean, because they have gay characters or queer characters or black characters. They want to ban these kinds of books, and we don't stand for that. We have a process for that at our library. But I'm not going to get into all that right now. Today, look, I'm really depressed. And I'm really really upset about it. About things. There's a woman came in today, and didn't really seem maybe mentally stable. Perhaps she was, and it just kind of seemed that way. This was early, since when we opened, and she goes to charge her vape, and we don't allow it's a tobacco. The libraries are tobacco-free zones, so like schools. No tobacco of any kind. No tobacco out. Invisible. No tobacco. You can't roll cigarettes. You can't charge your vape. I'm sorry, but you can't uh, start charging her vape, and then she starts to use it. And we have cameras. There are cameras everywhere, you know. And so we see this, and of course, my boss goes and tells her that she can't have the vape, and she, oh well, it was just in my pocket. She said, well, we have cameras, and we saw you vaping. And she said, well, you have cameras? That's an invasion of my privacy. All this stuff, Starts to storm out. When she turns back and she spits on my boss, or spits at my boss. I don't know what she did. It was enough. I saw enough. I know enough that she at least spat at my boss. So that's the kind of stuff that we get to deal with. I've been called in my time at the library a library Nazi, simply for telling someone they can't eat their bag of Burger King at the library. I mean, I know that maybe it doesn't occur to you, but you can't eat your bag of Burger King at the library. You can't. Call me a library Nazi. We've never been assaulted. We've been threatened. Our lives have been threatened. I carry a weapon with me. I don't know where I'm going with this, other than to say that it's just not been a very good day. It's cold. It's snowed, but it's not nothing to ruin the roads or anything. But it's cold. So I just wanted to, it's just be kind. I mean, just try to be kind. Just try to be kind. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. I was gonna say it's not easy out there, in the world, in the U.S. right now. It's not easy. That I know, but it is not hard to be kind. There are people out there who are just trying to do good every day. People like me. I just want to do good. And I'm trying. We're all trying, So I am going to go enjoy this banana bread. My daughter's asleep. I've got some coffee. There's a new Netflix inspired coffee creamer, and it's Thai coffee. Thai coffee is one of my favorite things ever. There's a lot of Thai places in Morgantown we go to, and they usually have coffee, and it is coffee. You can taste the coffee. So there's coffee there, but it's like sweetened condensed milk and spices. And there's something. It's just amazing, right? So this coffee creamer it's like a Thai coffee flavored creamer. It's enough. It's enough. With this fluffy banana packed bread here. Which my daughter has been, when I take it out of the oven, let it cool, of course. But I just put it in aluminum foil and just roll it up in aluminum foil. And honestly, it does not. Most of what I bake around doesn't last very long. The bread doesn't last very long at all. The baby will come to us at all hours, really, and say, banana bread? And she wants the banana bread. Cut up into little cubes, usually put it on her plate or a little bowl, and put her strap her in her seat, and she devours the banana bread. It just all the time. So it won't last for long. My wife doesn't like the foil method, so she cuts it into squares, and then cuts those in half, and then just piles them into Tupperware. Put that in the fridge. well, all these things. I assume they last weeks in the fridge. I don't know because they're always gone. We eat them all. Um, the crust, you want golden. You want. Um, I was thinking about this stuff the other day. It just because it just occurs to me, here and there. But how baking is a science, and I was taught that in baking school that cooking is like jazz. It's improvised. It's show, combinations of flavors. Yes, but it's flair. Um, Baking is a science. When you mix these ingredients and especially when you put them into the oven and you introduce heat, you are changing the chemical composition of those ingredients. You are changing the chemical makeup of those leavening agents when they bubble up and they give you lift. So 350 degrees. Why? Why 350? 350 is I want to call it the Maillard effect. The exact name, it does escape me. But anyway, it's the temperature at which sugars begin to melt and release, become flavorful. Oh. That's why you get browning in your baked goods. But adding that bit of brown sugar into your batter there, it's going to give you when it hit 350, when this thing bakes up to its full potential here, it's going to give you a richness and a depth and just a caramelization, if you will, a bit of a caramelization of flavor here to your bread. So I really hope you enjoy that. Like I said, if you want to go the full granulated sugar, if you want to put in applesauce, you want to make this thing a little bit healthier, by all means, friends, go ahead. Your kids are going to love it. Your spouses, your partners are going to love it. Your mother-in-laws are going to love it. My mother-in-law indeed loves when I wrap her up a piece of banana bread. And why wouldn't she? It's delightful. It's good for any time. A quick snack in my for me here, taking my Christmas gift was this this mug. It says best dad ever. Joshy is my name. Joshy's what they what it's Joshy is a term of affection that I allow certain people to call me, and those people know who they are, and they know how much I love them and appreciate them and how awesome they are, and that is the sole reason I allow them to call me Joshy. But yeah, so my wife got me this mug because I tend to sip coffee and it gets cold. It's like 2 hours later and it's done because the baby doesn't care. I mean, that's a lesson you will learn as a father right out of the gate. This baby doesn't care. You're tired. I mean, we are in the hospital. She went through a lot of trouble getting here. We were at feedings every 3 hours. So at 3 a.m, my friends, you were up. You were up and you were saying hello to the world, whether you want to or not. Because baby doesn't care. She needs her milk, man. You got to get up and you better feed that baby. So, same here. I'm tired. My legs hurt. My feet hurt. I walk to and from work every single day. It's about a mile and a half, give or take. I run around the library. I'll post it one day. There's I'll find it's a coworker of mine used Fitbit data to show how much a librarian moves in their day. Bam! That I do that every single day, and then I walk home. Then I walk home and I take care of the baby. So, yeah. I need some nutrients. I need potassium. I need bananas. I need coffee. Oh my god. So until next time, my friends, I try to do good out there. Try to be kind. And you know what? Everything's going to be okay. I really believe it. And if not, we're going to make some amazing baked goods together before the end. That's all I got to say. But we're all in this together, and I am here for you. Um, Drop me a comment. I don't know. I don't read hate. I don't want hate. So if you really drop a comment about hate or something, or oh you didn't do this, or oh you douchebag, whatever. No, don't. All right, I'm just gonna right past it. So, let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, I'm always evolving. I'm always open. So, take care, and everything's gonna be okay.
Precious.